What I want you guys to do is whenever I bring up to the Dons some sort of issue, right? I'm like, oh, I noticed this money thing. Can you guys always clip it and save it and put it in the GTA clips thread and be like, Gigi informs the Dons of the plank issue? I would love that. I would love that. Because I do it every time. I always tell them stuff. And they want maybe more of a sense of urgency. I think I just have to go on like a big RP arc every time there's a thing, right? Like Lang wanted to audit the sub-crews. I'm literally setting things up so I can audit the sub-crews. That was the intent the whole time. And it's so funny that he's like, I have this idea because... because I told him from the beginning, yeah, I'm gonna like set things up so they have to report their numbers and then we'll really like dig into it. So that's just funny. I told Lang about moving the washers to the warehouse and he kept saying no. I've been saying it for months, and then all of a sudden he's like, we're moving it all to the warehouse. We're moving it all. And I'm like, I've been saying this. We need to, this is the best space for it. So much empty space. But you know what was annoying was I let that warehouse be empty and didn't decorate anything for so long. And then the moment, literally a couple days after I start making an office for myself, because it's clear they're just never using that space, suddenly he's like in there changing stuff. And I'm like, oh my God, why is it always this timing, dude? Why is it always this timing? I'll gladly tear down that office if he wants to like change the layout, if he has a thought of what he wants to do with it. Like gladly, but it's just... Dude, it's literally like the moment I do it. Oh, it's funny. It's probably hours of clips of Gigi's ideas become a Don's idea out there. Oh, dude, someone should make compilations. It's so funny. Pretty much everything that becomes an issue like this, that like Lang gets paranoid about, I've warned someone about somewhere. And that's what makes it so funny. That's what makes watching my POV so funny. I actually had Buddha's chat open while we were doing that meeting. Because if I'm not streaming, I like to have just someone else's chat open. I just like doing that. So I'm sitting there talking, and I glance over and I see they're like, what is she talking about? And I'm like, it's okay if you don't watch my POV. It's okay if you don't. But just know, if you did, you'd be tearing your hair out constantly, because it's like the number of times I say something and my chat knows it. And then later the Dons are like, something, something, something. I had this great idea, or oh, we really need to do this thing. And like everyone in my chat is like, she's been saying this for weeks. You guys in the meta chat were losing it. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. You must have been going crazy. Lang was malting so hard without knowing anything. You know what's insane? I need to push them for this. You know what's insane is that sometime a long time ago, they stopped pulling me into Don meetings to give financial updates. And then when they don't know things about financials, they're like shocked Pikachu face, right? They're like, oh, how did we not know this? And I'm like, because we don't have meetings about this anymore. And I try to call meetings, but like it's just, if it's not something that they wanted to talk about, they don't listen, genuinely. Because like when my character calls a meeting with them and informs them of something, they're already tuned out. They're already tuned out. It happens every time. Genuinely, it's funny as fuck. They are not absorbing anything. But if it's their idea and they call my character down and they're like, hey, come here because we want to ask you a question about this thing, they're interested in it, right? So they're like, oh, you know, now we're gonna listen. It's so funny how different it is. It's so cooked. We need to call Gigi, then goes Gamba. Oh yeah, he's always like trying to end the day by talking to me, when really they should be doing this before anything, because usually the Dons sit around and talk about stuff and they do it with so much partial information, but then my character is the holder of all the info that they need, but they talk about it for an entire hour first and waste so much time, where if they just call the character in beforehand, she could just clarify everything and then they talk about it. Right? That's funny as fuck.